What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy Young Twin, Between TV. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk a little bit about Mark Zuckerberg just made a statement talking about free speech. Candace Owens is not happy about it. We're going to get right into it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe or comment. We're going to get right into it. We don't want to prolong the time. Not at all. I'm just going to let her speak for a second, and then I'm going to come back and give my commentary. Let's go.
Everybody is speaking about Mark Zuckerberg. Essentially, Zuckerberg, as we know, went down to Mar-a-Lago. He met with Trump. Make of that what you will. All of these techies now swarming Trump. What I make of it is that Trump should not be engaging in this. I don't like it. My gut intuition says a no-no, a no-go. Obviously, Trump's intuition is telling him something differently, but I have to speak my own mind and remain my own person. And now Zuckerberg has come out of that meeting and he's announced that he's getting rid of Facebook fact checkers. Now, you'll remember notoriously, I sued Facebook and Zuckerberg because I lost, I'm not kidding, millions of dollars, okay? That is how active my Facebook account was when they shut me down over telling the truth about COVID. They shut down my account for telling the truth about COVID. We went to court with them and the court wouldn't even hear the case because half of these judges are bought and paid for. And so Zuckerberg has come out and said, we maybe made some mistakes. We believe in more speech, and we're going to show you guys by getting rid of all these fact checkers. Let's take a listen to Mark Zuckerberg for as long as we can stand listening to Mark Zuckerberg.
The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms.
Okay, I'm not a hater, so I'll say that he looks a little better with longer hair. He used to look like a lizard, and so I think I just want to first not be a hater and say to Mark Zuckerberg that the long hair is looking good on you. You look more human. That said, I don't really buy anything that he's saying here whatsoever. What does that mean, get back to our roots? Like, now we believe in free speech because of the election results. I would just like to think that you believe in free speech because you live in America. And I will say this, I'm going to, again, try to be as fair as possible, that in terms of our experience now across social media, I would say Meta is the least, and I'm speaking about Instagram, the least heavy-handed in terms of issuing strikes and stuff. TikTok has actually become the worst. I think that has more to do with TikTokers leaning pro-Palestine. But Meta has been fairly decent. That does not discount what has happened in the past and how many people have had their voices completely stifled. And so I just don't really buy that he somehow learned from his mistakes. All of this just feels like an operation to make us trust these people in Silicon Valley again. And I just don't think that I do. Anyways, they are trying to make good on this by appointing new members to their board of directors, one of them being Dana White, who I absolutely love and I trust with everything in me. I'm telling you, he is a good guy, like 100%. Love Dana White. But I wonder how much power Dana White will have as just one of the members of the board of directors, or if this is all just to make us feel more comfortable. Actually, I should text Dana after this and ask him what he thinks about Mark Zuckerberg. I even think him growing out his hair is trying to make us trust him more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is speaking about Mark.
Well, I will say this. She said that everybody's going for freedom of speech just because of election. I wouldn't say people are just doing it just because of that. It is, I would say that people got more leeway now because the people that's in power, they want freedom of speech. I mean, Candace took this offensive because they took down and they took money from her and took her channel. I get it, but that's not what I heard when I looked at the video. As you notice, she cut it up into just a little section. She's doing exactly what they're trying to stop. That's just my opinion. I would like to go to the actual whole video. Okay? That's what I would like to do. I would like to go to the whole video of Mark Zuckerberg and see what he had to say. Come on.
Years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system.
Nice.
Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
Thank God. Let's talk about that, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is what I'm hearing. The world has you can't say anything now online. As you see, Candace Owens broke. This is a 5-minute video. She only broke it down. She only brought up her part because that's exactly what we want to stop. You want to hear the whole video and what it is. Okay. What did he just say?
Our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
Ridiculous.
What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far.
It's gone too far. You can't say anything. You have to speak in code now. You can't even say a word. You have to spell it out. This is what I'm getting, Candace Owens. I'm sorry you lost millions. I'm sorry you got your channel taken down. But that's not what I'm hearing from Mark Zuckerberg. Come on.
So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't.
And they do make mistakes. That's why they had to make that option. You know how you go on Facebook and you can do something and you get flagged and you're like, what did I do? And they say, well, would you like to dispute it? Yeah, I like to dispute it. I don't even know what I did. And I'm gonna tell you something. TikTok is really bad. You can't say anything on TikTok. I mean, I stopped using TikTok because of how extreme it is. I did a video on Fat Joe, Big Pun's brother, and I was flagged as soon as I went live. I think I went live maybe 2 minutes. I was flagged, and I figured out it's because it had Fat Joe, the word fat. So once I disputed it, boom, they put me back on. It's ridiculous. You can't say anything. So that's what I'm getting out of it. Shouts out to Candace Owens. I like some of the stuff she does, and I don't like some of the stuff she does. She's kind of devil's advocate, I like I like her. But, I've seen her in rare form before she got where she is, and let's just keep going. Come on.
By dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed. So we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas.
Wait a minute. Do y'all know what that means? Do y'all know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? Read between the lines. Let's go back. What did he say? Come on, Mark.
Out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression,
You know how they moving it out of California, ladies and gentlemen, and bringing it to Texas? Huh? What's in California? What is in California? The ABC community. That's what's in California. He gonna bring it back to the Texas, the Cowboys. John Wayne, let's go.
I think that it will help us build trust
Come
to do this
on.
based in Texas. As we move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas.
I love it. Get out of there, man. Get out of there. That place is Babylon anyway. Why do we got these people speaking for everybody? I'm sick of it. Their beliefs is the one that's got. Just fire the whole board, Mark. Get rid of them. This is insane. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you why I think he's doing it too. He was under fire for a while. He was under fire. They had him on the stand, treating him like his own platform, what he created. He had the whip cracked on him. It's his platform, man. Are you serious? And I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. This election has just, I'm telling you, man, it's just a whole nother world coming. And a lot of this stuff is going to be taken away again. We sick and tired of it. I know I am. You can't say nothing. You got to spell when you talk. You got to spell when you talk. Or they take you down. They say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You know how many people are starting platforms? And now y'all leave us alone. Leave us alone. Come on.
Teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest...
Like TikTok. And I'm going to tell you something about TikTok. TikTok, in order to get a panel with TikTok, you have to show your ID. You have to put your ID up, take a picture of the front and back, okay? They're not telling you that. You have to do that. And once you do that, now you can stream. You can have 5 to 6 to 8 people up. But then they censor you. A couple of days after you hold that ID up, guess what? You're going to get a call from a person that can barely talk English asking you, do you want to sell your house? These are facts, ladies and gentlemen. These are facts. So what's really going on with TikTok? Come on.
Constitutional protections for free expression in the world. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government.
Yes.
And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, And these are complex systems, they're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't know what Candace got out of that, but that's what I got out of it. I want you guys to leave comments and let me know what you think. What did you get out that video? But like I said, Candace chopped it up into just a certain part. Same thing that she's saying they done to her. Okay? Let the whole video play. Because that's not what I got out of it. And she could be right. I'm not, but I'm just ready for people to have freedom of speech now. You can't say anything in the country. This is ridiculous. Meanwhile, these alphabet people can say and do whatever they want. They can take your children. I'm tired of it. It has to stop. And it's being worded in a certain way, but that's all this is. The male is coming back. The heterosexual male is back. And we tired of all this sensitive crap. Shouts out to Candace Owens. I don't dislike her. I like Candace Owens. Matter of fact, she's getting ready to have another child. Shouts out to Candace Owens. She's getting ready to have another baby. So, she's getting ready to have another kid. Her fourth child. And so congratulations to her. This is not no hate towards Candace Owens. It's just not. Just shout her out. Shout her out.
All right, you guys. Yes, you caught me. You got me. I am pregnant again, or still. I feel like these aren't even announcements anymore. This is not even a pregnancy announcement. I feel like it would be an announcement if I said I'm not pregnant, and you guys would go, "Oh my gosh, Candace, that's actually some new news." But yes, baby number 4 is on the way, and I can definitely say for those of you that were just sending us messages like, "Oh, I can tell the baby's on the way," it really was the Piers Morgan appearance that I think I can really blame for setting those rumors aflame. I walked into a studio, by the way, it was my last appearance of the year, and I looked directly at him.
So shouts out to her. So shouts out to Candace Owens. This is no hate towards her. I think Candace Owens actually helped us win the election when she brought all those receipts. You know what I'm saying? When she brought all those receipts concerning Kamala. So there's nothing against Candace Owens. Shouts out to Candace. Hope, wish the best for her and her family, her husband, her new child. Hopefully it's a boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, nothing against her, man. But that's not what I got out of the video. I got that men and people will be able to speak without being censored. You can't say anything. He said he's gonna dial back the censors. And I'm gonna tell you something. I think it's already happening because there's some stuff I've said on Facebook in the last month. I'm like, man, how did I get flagged for that? It's already happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's already happening. I'm like, how did I get away with that? So it's already happening. And it's nobody crying but the females, the ABC folks. You can't say that. Shut up. Be quiet. They're saying everything else. These two guys are swapping spit. Hope I don't get in trouble for that. The two girls are doing what they're doing, but we can't say anything? No, I'm tired of it. Shouts out to Candace Owens. Shouts out to Mark Zuckerberg. It is what it is. Like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. It's all good. Holla at your boy. It's your boy, Young Twin, 20 TV. I love y'all, man. Let's keep it going. Peace.